In this video, we're going to learn to count to 10 in Turkish using a memory palace in Monk's VR. Let me take you through this space and first explain the mnemonics, then give you a story to tie them all together. The number 0 is
Sıfır.
This comes from Arabic and is related to the English word cipher. This sounds a bit like silver in English, so we have a silver spoon here. The number 1 is
Bir.
This sounds like beer, so we have a can of beer. 2 is
İki.
This sounds like icky, so we've got a blob here to represent a sticky, icky mess. 3 is
Üç.
This sounds a bit like ouch, the exclamation of pain. I think of a hammer and accidentally hitting my finger. 4 is
Dört.
This sounds like dirt, so we have a shovel here. 5 is
Beş.
The saucepan is for cooking bechamel sauce. Maybe someone's making lasagna. 6 is
Altı.
This sounds like altar, so we have a picture of an altar in a church. 7 is
Yedi.
which looks and sounds a bit like Jedi. Jedi is actually the German pronunciation of Jedi for any Star Wars fans. 8 is
Sekiz.
This reminds me of Sekigahara, the battle in 1600 that enabled Tokugawa Ieyasu to establish the Tokugawa shogunate in Japan. So, we have a samurai sword. 9 is
Dokuz.
It's a bit of a stretch, but this reminds me of donuts. 10 is
On.
So we have a light switch that can be turned on. Okay, now that we've gone through what all these mnemonics are, let's tie them together with a story. One day, I used a silver spoon to open a can of beer. The beer exploded and spilled all over the place, turning into a great big sticky mess on the kitchen floor. I tried to mop it up, but it wouldn't come up, so I got a hammer and busted up the kitchen floor, right down to the dirt. While I was doing this, I completely forgot about the bechamel sauce I'd left cooking on the stove. I smelled the smoke. It turned into a thick, dark, burned mass. With a hole in the floor and a ruined sauce, I went to my private altar and prayed for help, since I had dinner guests arriving soon. There was a knock on the door. It seemed a bit early for the guests to be arriving. At the door was a Jedi. He had fought on the losing side at the Battle of Sekigahara. He was now out of work as a Jedi and was doing food deliveries. He handed me a box of donuts. I might not have lasagna, but at least I had some food for my guests. The party was back on. Try reviewing these mnemonics and this story in your mind a few times and see if you can recall the numbers by remembering the space. Because of the way the space is set up, you can remember the numbers just by their position. We have 2 groups of 5, so if you want to remember the number 5, you look here.
Beş.
If you want 10, you look here.
On.
If you want 4, you look here.
Dört.
You can also practice going both forwards and backwards and recalling numbers out of sequence. Let's review the numbers in Turkish one more time.
Sıfır. Bir. İki. Üç. Dört. Beş. Altı. Yedi. Sekiz. Dokuz. On.
Thanks very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and also check out Linguisticator.com for our courses in memory and languages, including our course in Essential Turkish.